The person making $72,000 has 14 times more wealth than the person making $155,000. Same city, same age, same year out of college. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why and which one you're silently becoming right now. This isn't luck. It's not inheritance. It's not some side hustle nobody told you about. It's a set of invisible rules. Rules that silently decide whether your money compounds or disappears at every income level. 1 in 3 households earning over $250,000 a year say they live paycheck to paycheck. Not people struggling, people who look successful, people whose cars and apartments and LinkedIn profiles say, "I made it." That's not a math problem, that's a rules problem, and the rules are hiding somewhere most people never think to look. The average American spends $219 a month on subscriptions. When asked to guess, they say 86. That's a 155% underestimation. Right now, today, you are paying for things you've mentally already canceled. Each charge is $9.99, $12.99, small enough to feel like nothing. But $219 a month invested over 20 years at 7% becomes $114,000. You didn't forget to cancel a streaming service. You financed a vacation home in monthly installments your brain never bothered to add up. And that's just subscriptions. The real drain runs much deeper. Meet Marcus, $155,000 a year, software engineer, BMW lease, exposed brick apartment, Peloton he uses twice a month. His bank account hits $900 3 days before payday every single month. He has $4,800 in credit card debt he doesn't bring up at dinner parties. And when I say he's stressed about money, I mean the kind of stress where you're doing math in your head while someone is talking to you at a birthday party. Now meet Dana, $72,000 a year, marketing coordinator, paid off 2019 Honda Civic, net worth $167,000, 6-month emergency fund. She hasn't lost sleep over money since she was 26. Marcus earns more than double Dana's salary. Dana has 14 times his net worth. Here's the first reason why. Every purchase has a second price tag, and the second one is always bigger. That $300 a month car upgrade you justified because I spend a lot of time driving, over 25 years at 7%, that's $243,000. You didn't buy a nicer car. You spent nearly $250,000 in installments small enough that your brain never registered the real number. But the invisible drain isn't just what you buy, it's why you buy it. Open your last 15 transactions right now. For each one, ask honestly, would I have bought this if nobody would ever know I owned it? Not would I be embarrassed, just would I still want it if it were invisible to every other human being? A surprising number failed that test. 86% of luxury car owners are not millionaires. The BMW is statistically a debt signal, not a wealth signal. You are performing success for an audience that is too busy performing success to notice. That is a terrible return on investment. And there's one more force Marcus never named, which means he never stopped it. In 1769, philosopher Denis Diderot received a beautiful scarlet dressing gown. He loved it, then immediately noticed everything else he owned looked wrong by comparison. His desk, his prints, his writing table. One by one, he replaced them all. One purchase triggered a cascade. Marcus bought a nice TV. The old couch looked wrong. New couch. Coffee table didn't fit. New table. Rug clashed. New rug. None of it felt like a mistake. Each was a perfectly reasonable response to the thing before it. That's the Diderot effect. And if you've ever gotten a raise and wondered 6 months later where it went, the cascade took it. The median American has 14 days of financial runway. Not weeks. Days. 14 days before the first bill doesn't get paid. Marcus, on $155,000 a year, has 11. Every upgrade he made compressed what's called his freedom horizon, the months he could survive with no income. Dana has 6 months. Behavioral research shows something surprising. Having just $2,000 in accessible savings produces a bigger improvement in financial well-being than going from a $200,000 salary to $500,000. Not $200,000 saved, $2,000, because it transforms a broken water heater from a catastrophe into an inconvenience. Dana sleeps because she built the horizon. Marcus can't sleep because every upgrade compressed it. And 62% of Americans are living Marcus's version of this story right now. At every income level, the panic just lives in nicer apartments. More money was never the answer. The rules were. Here is the reframe that changes everything. You were never taught to build wealth. You were taught to upgrade your lifestyle in proportion to your income. And somewhere in that equation, the difference between earning and keeping disappeared. Your freedom horizon, the months you could survive with zero income, is the only honest measure of your financial health. Not your salary, not your job title, not the car in your driveway. Every purchase either extends it or compresses it. That's the whole game. Dana's life looks smaller from the outside. Older car, smaller apartment, less visible consumption. But inside that life is something Marcus's BMW will never produce. Silence. The quiet where money stress used to live. The certainty that if everything went sideways tomorrow, you would be fine. That your next paycheck isn't load-bearing. That nothing unexpected can detonate your entire life. That silence is not something you buy. It is something you build, rule by rule, month by month, with decisions invisible to everyone except your future self. 3 rules. Start today. Rule 1, define your enough number. Calculate the bare minimum for a comfortable life. Rent, food, transport, savings, real enjoyment. Add 20% for breathing room. Write it somewhere visible. If you don't define enough, your spending will define it for you, and it will always define it as slightly more than you currently have. Rule 2, run the subscription purge. Open your bank app. Cancel every recurring charge that isn't a utility or a true non-negotiable. Then only resubscribe to what you actually use within the next 7 days. Everything else wasn't serving you. You were serving it. Rule 3, calculate your freedom horizon. How many days could you survive if your income stopped tomorrow? Write the number down. If it's under 90 days, that is the only financial emergency that exists in your life. Not your credit score, not your investment allocation. The horizon. Fix that first. Because the gap between Marcus and Dana was never income. It was always the rules. And the rules were available to both of them the entire time.